Welcome back to the final installment on multiplying exponents. Without further delay, let's get started. X power 8 can be stated as which of the following. We've done more complicated problems than these ones, so this is a very simple problem. All you have to do is just use the a power m times a power n equals a power m plus n logic to determine which of these will give you x power 8. X squared times x cubed is x power 2 plus 3 is x power 5. So this is out of contest. X power 2 raised to the power 4. This is under the logic of a power m power n is a power m times n. So that'll be x power 8. So that works. And this is also following the logic above. So x power 4 times x power 4 is x power 8. So choices 2 and 3 will work. Again, as I've always said, whenever you have ratios or combination of plus and minus exponents, just be a little more careful. Other than that, it's not a very difficult problem by any extent. So we have x power half times y power 3 by 2 squared. You can do, it's a dot b squared is a squared times b squared. So it's x 1/2. Well, that is same as square root of x. And then y 3 power 2 is, well, is what it says, right? So that will be, if you square this, okay, square this, that's just x. I can also show using the logic with this x. If this is what you have, then x power half times 2 is also x. So both works. Similarly, if you use the logic we've been studying, that means it's y power 3 by 2 times 2 is y cubed. So the answer is xy cubed. Okay. T power negative. This is a rather very interesting problem because it involves a lot of little twists here and there. Now, first, remember when I said a power m over n is whatever the n is, that's the root of a and then raised to the power m. That's the premise around which this problem is set. So let's go ahead and do that. So that means t is raised to the power 5, okay? And then is raised to the power negative 2. The negative goes to the power, so it makes the problem easy, to be honest. So if you actually take this even one step further, it'll look like this, okay? Equals h10, right? Now what we could do is actually take square root on both sides. What does that do is get rid of this 2, right? Well, we have a, oh, sorry, I meant to say t here, okay? Just take a square root on both sides, we'll get rid of the 2. So that means we will now have square root of 5, okay, equals h10 raised to the power. Now we have this situation, right? Again, I keep writing 5 in place of t, okay? You can write this as h10, well, let's just leave it for now like this, okay? For now, let's leave it this way, okay? Now we've at least got it, we have exposed this. Now, if you actually do the math on this side, it'll be h power 10 times 1/2 is h power 5 because a power m power n equals a power m times n. So we've now simplified the right side further. Let's focus on this side. So we have this, right? If you take the 5th power, okay, what I'm saying here is on both sides, again, put the t there, and then raise this also to the 5th power, the square root and this cancels out. 1 over t equals h power 25. We want t in terms of h, so that means we have to do this. Flip the terms. And that's the answer. Sorry, I've used a lot of space for this problem. I'll try to do it within the space that's available. It's a very simple problem, so it doesn't need a lot of space. So we have x plus 6x squared plus 8x cubed over x. If you just take x out of the bracket, it will be 1 plus 6x plus 8x squared over x. X cancels out, leaves you with 1 plus 6x plus 8x squared. I don't think they want you to solve it any further, and that's the answer. All right, let's continue with the last two problems, and this will be the final video in the multiplying exponents concept. So we have x minus 3, and the easiest way to get rid of a square root or cube root is whatever you have. If you have square root, take square on both sides. If you have cube root, cube on both sides. So I'm just going to cube on both sides. So that means leaves me with 8 and x equals 11. Okay. Express square root in terms of t. Okay, so what you could do is, if you take sixth power on both sides, okay, first you gotta get rid of the square root and come back and add the square root. Okay, there's two-step process. It's like you're doing a mistake and getting rid of the mistake. If you take the sixth power on both sides, okay, what does that do is it gets rid of the root square root altogether. Just gets me a plain x. Now take the square root. Okay, we only want the square root. We don't want sixth root of x. So if you take square root on both sides, which is fine, this is easier. T, okay, you can write it this way for now. And this is same as t6 raised to the power half, which is same as t6 times half, which is t cubed. So square root of x is. And that's it. If you've learned something, consider subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you with another video or installment of videos on dividing exponents. Until then, bye-bye.